Okay, we are back to another stream of Elden Ring. Hello, hello. Last time, we made it through the Abyssal Woods, discovered the Manse of Midra, fought the Frenzy Flame, and then we also went behind the Shadow Keep and discovered the Shadow Tree Avatar, along with its remembrance, but most importantly, Miquella's Great Rune. Retains naught but the power to resist charms. Great Rune relinquished by Miquella. Broken and bereft of its bounty, it retains naught but the power to resist charms. Miquella set off for the tower enshrouded by shadow, abandoning everything, his golden flesh, his binding strength, even his fate. All in an effort to bury the original sin, to embrace the whole of it, and be reborn as a new god. Alright. Now we're going to make our way through the Shadowkeep some more. Though we might go through the back rooms of it real quick. Go again. Go back. Ah! Oh, also, like I said last night, I farmed to get the last 3 levels in dexterity to make it to 40, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and keep using this nice little trinket to 2-arm everything. Through the back here. Because I believe this is where we go for the next side area. And there you go, fall to your death. Wrath from afar. Yoop. Nice. Give me that. I almost died. That would have been really bad. There we go. Yeah. Thank you. Fire Knight hide. You sure do. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's Hild. But my joke was funnier. Rune of the Unsung Hero. Oh no, I fell to my death. I don't know why I went to the stake. I should have gone to the last bonfire. Excuse me. Where did this bring me? I don't like it. So we gotta go back to this part. remember which way we're actually supposed to go. Stop doing that. Thank you. Maybe do that. Meant to do that. Would it be sacrilege if someone muted the game and blasted techno over the original OST? Not really. I've seen people do that all the time. Would be cool if this game had a radio like GTA. I mean, be incredibly out of place for it to be in game, since there aren't really any radio stations to make it make sense. GTA jokes for one more year. We can always go back to old reliable, that is Half-Life 3. Have mercy for the spirited away shamans. And another shadow fragment. Let me just bring up the old checklist. Okay. Ow. Vander Gaius. Ow. Okay. Calm down. Holy shit. Oh, that hurt. Angry piggy. Excuse me. Let's try that again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Damn it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be here for a minute. Damn, I flopped really far away that time, huh? Ow. Ah, damn it. Oh, there goes my runes. Well, I might as well eat the full charge on and use the moon spell. We're 16 days away from the Elden Ring. That we are. God damn. Ow. Okay, never mind. Are we still on track to beat this before then? Yeah, actually. So here's all we have left. We have Commander Gaius right here. We have Messmer, Meter, Romina, the fight with Lita, and then Consort for the DLC. And then afterwards, we just have Malekith, Gideon, Godfrey, and then Radagon at the end. So we will be wrapping up, I think, depending, knock on wood, depending on if Commander Gaius wants to take all night for me to beat. But I feel like we should be set to finish this by Friday. Oh, he just... Okay, he just charged right through it. That's fine. Okay. Guys, I need you to calm down. I set up Steam and a PS2 emulator for my dad today. Nice. Okay. Ah, come on. You got big physics. his little eye. Little piggy. One of the related videos for this stream is a guy who never played Elden Ring before trying to beat it in a day. Okay, so a few things about that make that actually physically impossible. Only because, A, you've never played Elden Ring before and you expect to beat it in a day. So, assuming there's no outside assistance and interfering, 24 hours in one day. To put things into perspective, we have been playing for over 100 hours in this one file, and we've done everything. You're barely making it out of Limgrave if you really want to just try to shotgun it. I guess that charger sees everything. You not. I stab your pig in the eye. Oh, better than anticipated. Clock over and over, like how people time travel in Animal Crossing. Well, that defeats the whole purpose, though. It's like one of those videos where it's like, can I beat this game without using the main mechanic? And it's like, when you know the game deep enough, you're like, no, you can't, because you actually need the main mechanic to even order to get out of the main mechanic. Well, if we just, use this cheat to get through it, and then video's over. You've proven the point. I've seen it done in, like, Shovel Knight videos. Can you beat Shovel Knight without moving a shovel? And the first thing you have to dig through a tunnel. It's like, no, you can't. You got to use a shovel. And then they instantly went to the cheat codes. And like, well, there you go. Answer's dead. You are, in 24 hours, you are maybe getting to... You're lucky if you finish Raya Lucaria by that time. Without knowing anything, without knowing the extras and such. Ow. Okay, the double hitboxes on the end there. There's people beating Mario without jumping are so annoying. It's just one of those things, though, where it's like, all right, you gotta. There's some. If you're finding a way how to beat this without outside help, then like good luck to you. remember seeing one where it's like, can you beat Dark Souls with just the scythe? And I'm like, this fact that I did that stream with the scythe, I'm like, probably. That's my guess. You know, I always hear people say, like, oh, once you get to, like, level 14, you're probably going to be set. I'm like, bullshit. Even if we take into the fact that, I could probably just wear bulkier armor, the fact that, he still hits me like a truck. Tells me I need every single fragment I can get my hands on. Okay, I managed to go by just fine on that one. Okay. Yelling without using the horse and walking everywhere. That's possible. There's a couple areas you'll need Torrent, but if you walk around it, you'll still just be fine. And I win. GG, easy. Okay, I need you to not do that. Stab. Gaius's Greaves. Now, why would we have Gaius's Greaves? That seems very odd. Albinork Shack. Sharp Shot Talisman. This talisman bothers me only because there's no... That's clearly a hole put in for the bow. Like this, the pull string. Makes me feel like that would be the most delicate piece of a talisman ever. Just holding it would probably snap it into. Bothers me. Could have just added like a little padding to it. Behold. The Shadow Tree's chalice. I made the chalice. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fragments from here. And some shadow sunflowers. Alright, now before we continue, we actually have to go duplicate this soul. Because there is a specific ability. There are 2 abilities we can get, being a sorcery build. Yeah. Can we go back?
Don't worry, I'll see it.
Remembrance of the Wild Boar Rider. Both were as elder brothers to the lion, and both were cursed from birth. In spite of, or perhaps because of this very reason, Gaius was both Messmer's friend and the leader of his men. Sword Lance. Weapon once wielded by Commander Gaius, a combination of greatsword and lance, weighty and capable of being brought to bear with great force. This armament shows its true potential when used astride a mount. Gaius himself was never without his boar. Skill, spinning gravity thrust. A gravity skill honed by the disciples of the Alabaster Lord. Uses gravitational power to hang in the air before rotating the body and charging forward. An additional input allows for a follow-up attack. Blades of Stone. Gravity manipulation sorcery of Commander Gaius. Pulls blade-like clumps of rock from the earth. Charge to form 3 successful clumps. Gaius and Radon were good rivals in their youth, and this sorcery is a product of their friendly competition. Alright, so we're going to get both of these because that's a pretty good skill to have. There we go. And then we have Gaius' helm. The Black Iron Helm of Commander Gaius, part of an armor set patterned with fallen seeds. Gaius was the most senior disciple of the same Alabaster Lord who taught Radon and Gaia gravitational technique. Who is Gaia? We don't know. And then Black Armor to the Fallen Sea. Gaia was a senior. Yeah. Hello, Elena. Just in time, we beat Commander Gaius. And then, for some reason, I guess they just wanted to do it as a bit. They give us the Gaius's greaves for free. Black iron greaves made for Commander Gaius, a cruel joke for he could not wear them. Riding atop the boar, he called himself his other half. Gaius was in fact a warrior of Albinoric extraction. Not much indeed. About to probably head up to face off against Messmer. This crazy realization today, dude. What is that, Elena? The only reason I joined the haunted library was because you were doing it with Steph. Is that true? The haunted library was where I met Evan. Oh, isn't that sweet? You're the reason I'm married to my husband, maybe. Well, that's one way how to put it, I guess. That's pretty funny, though. For context, for other people, Elena and I are friends who go back all the way to DeviantArt, where we would join in OCTs, original character tournaments, and we both met through an earlier one. Based on Zelda, and then later on, we would both be in the haunted library, though Elena would go forward at least 2 rounds before I got left behind in the tryouts. It was not my best work, to be fair, but part of me kind of wants to bring back Bombert. That's a name no one but Elena knows who is. Alright. Okay, we could go back here, but I figured we might as well actually go fight Messmer in the event that it takes us all night to get to him, so might as well just go through that first. Robert was adorable, you should have made it. When I look at like some of the other stuff that was in at the time, I kind of see why some people, like, not some people, like, why I wouldn't be able to get in. I still have, like, the stop motion puppet I made of him for college. Elena likes to say she's a hater. Ow. Rude. Hey, hello, we're not. Oh boy, jars. I forgot they just have these poor souls strewn about in this. This is where it all goes down. Ash of War, wall of sparks. Oh, am I getting bad? Nah. Ow! Gross. Get out of here. Oh, that's just a regular Joe. Obviously, you didn't get dinged or anything on my end, so I think you'll be fine. Oh dear. I hate when Pot fights back. That's anything to go by. I was waiting for something to pop out of that. I love the little warrior jars, but these aren't filled with warrior jars. They're prisons for the. Whoa, 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 whoa. I need you to not do that. Here's the other Iris Embrace. In the lands between, warrior jars are meant to be vessels for dead warriors to strengthen them. In the Land of Shadow, they're basically the imprisonment for the shaman people to become saints through torture. Massive difference. Ah! Kill a rat on stream any second. Be the final blow to his friendship with Elden. Nah. I've done enough rat kill. What if they put the royal rat authority in Night Rain? They already have the Duke's pet Freya, the giant spider. Might as well just put the giant rat dog in it. We're getting sidetracked here because this will lead us to... I forgot they just have a little door. Yeah, alright, so we'll come back here later because this is not the way to Messmer. We gotta go back up to the first floor. Argo is an unrepentant rat murderer. It's why I'm a hater. Funny rats. Oops, all rats, my favorite cereal. Ugh. Rats, we are the rats. Celebrating with a party bash. Wait, now let's actually explore the storage room. Why? I guess the phrase murderer gets dinged. I didn't take it off. Let the record show. Ow. Is that? There you are. Stab. Anyway. Making sure no other misbegotten or horn scent here bothers me while I'm trying to talk to an NPC in the other room. There he is.
Righteous Tarnished. It's been some time. After unburdening my soul to you, I had hoped to make a fresh start. But there was one thought I could not dislodge from my mind. So, here I am. Quite unable to move on. After Lord Moke's slaying at his dynastic palace, it appears his body has been absconded with and taken straight to kind Mikola. Surely you recall that I once served Lord Moog as a pureblood knight, after failing him in every regard, and losing sight of my vows. I'd do anything to make amends, in whatever meager way I can. What could they possibly have in mind for Lord Moog's remains? The implications are rather unnerving. What could they possibly... The implication...
Okay. So I messed up last time I played this. There's a certain sequence that we have to do in order to make a couple characters go in a certain area, but I gotta remember to make sure also to extinguish their entire dialogue, exhaust their dialogue. I don't know why I can't speak tonight. Thank you. Why'd you guys break that? Have to go back and forth because there are several areas on one floor. Damn it. Sorry, just retweeting real quick. Okay. I didn't get invited to the wedding. I was responsible for. I mean, a little preoccupied with it being, you know, I forgot when. It was like during Christmas, so. Try to ignore as many shadow guys as I can, except the misbegotten like the following. Okay, except you. And you. No one this is. Get out of here. Bastard. I like using the energy waves of my Moonlight Greatsword. Come on. Stupid Fire Knight. Excuse me. Okay, moving on. Okay. Stop that. Some more revered spirit ash. Bolus. There we go. Bastard. There's something else here. We gotta climb up the gross man's feet. Ugh. Gross. Yeah, there we are. Another fragment. And a storehouse cross message. Carved words coalesce. I abandon here my arm dextral. Message left by Sir Ansbach, addressed to kindred spirits who also pursue Mikola's trail. It would seem that the people of the keep have flooded the holy quarter that leads onward to the Shadow Tree, barring access. However, there is no route that leads there from this storehouse. Perhaps there is another way to reach the holy quarter from somewhere else in this keep. That's what we did the other night, so we don't gotta worry about that. Check off. we got the fourth one. And then we have the large specimen on the first floor storehouse going up. Okay. Yeah. Alright. There we go. 3 more levels before we're maxed out. Actually, I should probably change my flask intake if I want to use more spells. But yeah, so just make sure. Yeah, there's just like one more. What's it called? There's one more shadow fragment. Secret right scroll. Alright. We have to give this to Ansbach, but I gotta reach another floor before I try doing that. Smithing stone. Nice try. Use that. Spirit calculus. Rise, ye beasts.
By my lord, will I ever make sense of this jungle?
Will she? Who knows? Actually, hang on. Hang on, Freya. I'll talk to you in a minute. Ooh. Ow. Ow. Pale Drake Talisman +3. That's the really good one. Anyway, back to talking to Freya now. Hey, Freya.
Oh, hello. I'm afraid I'm busy. A curse upon my lack of foresight. I should have asked Ansbach to impart his knowledge when I had the chance. I'm afraid I'm busy. Truly. I should have asked Ansbach to impart his knowledge when I had the chance. I'm afraid I truly.
Well noted. Alright, now we gotta go back down to the first floor to talk to Ansbach about this whole thing. Also, secret right scroll. A scroll made of white tree bark. Few can decipher the scroll, which describes the secret rite of the divine gateway said to be found at the tower enshrouded by shadow. A lord will usher in a god's return, and the lord's soul will require a vessel.
What could they possibly have in mind for Lord Moog's remains? The implications are rather unnerving. Freya, by the gods. She must be feeling the need to reaffirm her allegiance before she heads to war. A true Redmane she is, hardly troubled by the rot. But no one is without their shortcomings. She has a hard road ahead. It does make one think. Perhaps our concerns are but two sides of the same coin. Well, what's this? Yes, I should have known. Even the truth was itself mere folly. As if using Lord Moog to gain entrance to the land of shadow were not enough, he plans to use his corpse as the vessel of his king consort. He has forsaken Lord Moog's soul. He desires only his empty shell. It beggars belief, but I'm afraid Tender Mikola fails to grasp the humiliation implied by this act. One thing is certain. My dear lord deserved better. Righteous tarnished. You have my gratitude. You have given me the answers I needed, but I can hardly fathom it. Such folly. Unto the end. I am a warrior, but I've aged. I cannot afford to act hastily. Curse it all. I know my limits. I could spend the rest of my life honing my craft, and still that creature would be out of my blade's reach. The absolute folly of it all. The absolute...
We gotta go back here.
I'm afraid I'm busy. Truly. I'm afraid I'm truly.
Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm truly.
Why is this one such an like... This setup is so... Like, one of them has to talk first. I never know off the top of my head which way to go with that. Where it's like, oh, you want to talk to Ansbach first. But no, you gotta talk to Freya first, or whatever. Okay, hang on. the game with only screams. No one has tried to beat Elden Ring by screaming. Okay, you say that, but there are literal spells and weapon arts involving screaming, so still very possible.
Righteous tarnished.
Okay, hang on.
Could you please give this to Freya?
Alright, never mind.
Thanks to you, she too will have the answer she required.
Mario says
Freya
quiet.
possesses
Fuck
a
you.
youth I no longer have. This knowledge will surely stoke the flames of valor within her. Yes. I can see her barreling into the fray right now. Perhaps I shouldn't meddle in her affairs, but this is the only way I can help. Perhaps I should, but this is the only...
Alright. Where the hell's the letter? Letter to Freya. A letter written by Sir Ansbach to Freya the Redmane, presumably written in an answer to her query, but the page is nearly folded to keep prying eyes from reading it.
Perhaps I should, but this is the...
Okay. Thankfully, we now have the correct way to do this.
I'm afraid I'm busy. Truly. From Sir Ansbach? To me? What on earth could it... Oh. Yes. Of course. I see. As the Festival of War concluded, General Radahn's soul met an honorable end, but kindly Mikola wishes to revive it, which is fine by me. I know it would pain old Jeren, but war has always suited General Radahn best, and certainly far more than any honorable death. Endless war to invigorate the soul, as befits General Radahn, the great lion. Thank you. Now I finally cast off my misgivings. Give my regards to Honorable Ansbach. Tell him, if we should meet in battle, to face your bow would be fine enough, but to face your blade would be an honor.
Golden Lion Shield.
All that remains is the fight, for our kind Mikola. All that remains is the fight. All that remains...
Okay. And then we go back down.
Perhaps I shouldn't meddle in her affairs, but this is the only way I can help. I should have expected as much from Freya. Some things simply never occur to her. Paralyzing fear. True despair. That's Freya through and through. That's Freya through and through.
Okay, I think that's set on that quest. Dogs are barking. And I just want to make sure that's all we need to do for Ansbach. Okay, I think that's everything. Alright. Nope, and look at that. Freya's already gone. Alright, now we can move forward. And Ansbach's gone too, so yeah, alright. Everything is moving like Millhouse. Rah! And now we got the second Spirit Ash. So we are now set on the Shadowkeep Spirit Ashes. And there's only one more Messmer, or no, there's just one more Shadow Fragment. In this place. Balls. Ah, fudge. Platforming. probably gonna fire a nice short sword. Why do they just randomly break random furniture like this? Woo. What are you doing out here? Serpent Helm, and Ash War Flame Spear. And that's the other fragment, so we're set with the Shadow Keep. Here we go. Cool. Ooh.
Mongrel intruder.
Mongrel. Who dare said that? Oh.
That tarnished, it seemeth. Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
Oh.
Yet, my purpose standeth unchanged. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Messmer the Impaler. Ow. Holy hell. Oh, I'm dead.
Straight to the grace of golden shadow, death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Alright. Oh boy. Ah, I'm dead. Stripped of grace of gold shall death
In the
embrace
embrace
of Messmer's flame. We're gonna hear this for a while. Didn't realize you can bring Yolan into this fight. Okay, that's fine. Damn it!
The grace of gold shadow, death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
It just walks off stage. Excuse me. Time that left. Just quickly get this. Alright, that's fine. Ooh, nice. All right.
suffer. A lord devoid of light. No, Mother. Forgive me.
Ah. Yeah, glass all over the place, man.
Soon tarnished. Wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent shorn of light?
Oh, it's a big fucking snake. Ooh, that was close. Ow. Rude. Your best. Holy hell.
America, a curse upon thee.
Alright. Remembrance of the Impaler. Messmer's kindling. Okay. Whew. The power of the R2 works wonders here. Okay. What time is it? It's 10:50. I think we can go for another hour, so.
Don't worry, I'll see it.
Remembrance of the Impaler. Remembrance of Messmer the Impaler hewed into the Shadow Tree. A malevolent snake withered within Messmer, and so his very mother plucked out his eye and put it in place of a seal of grace. Yet, having done so, her fear compelled her to secret away her child within the realm of shadow. Hidden away, keeping company with the original sin, and a hatred that would not be confined. Spear of the Impaler. Weapon of Messmer the Impaler. A great spear with a warped blade in the shape of an undulating flame. Remained by the forging arts of the realm of shadow, this weapon can be thrown by executing a strong attack, dashing strong attack, or mounted strong attack. Charge the attack to produce a flame on impact. Unique skill, Messmer's Assault. A fierce succession of attacks using a flame-coated spear. Tip. repeated inputs allow up to 2 follow-up attacks. This final move thrusts the spear into the ground, causing countless spears to form in the surrounding area. Messmer's Orb. An incantation of Messmer the Impaler. Summons Messmer's flame to form a giant floating orb. The orb soars towards a foe, crashes into the earth, and explodes after a brief delay. Charging enhances potency. Messmer despised his own fire. Time and time again, he hoped to rid himself of it, but ever did it burn. That requires 60 faith, though. Messmer's Helm. Black helm of Messmer the Impaler, crowned with 2 intertwined winged serpents. Slightly enhances incantations of Messmer's flame as well as Fire Knight's skills. The winged snakes were Messmer's constant companions. They were there when the base serpent was sealed away behind his eye. They were there through his eternity of suffering. They will accompany him yet in his hideous new form, born when he destroyed the grace granted by his mother. They have accepted his fate as much as he. Messmer's Armor. Black armor of Messmer the Impaler, draped in with a red cloak bearing a crest embroidered. On his mother's wishes, Messmer made himself a symbol of fear, undertaking the cleansing crusade she desired. Direct thy maledictions, thine ire, and thy grief towards me alone. And then, did he not have? Oh, Messmer's Gauntlets. Black Gauntlets of Messmer the Impaler. You get a ring with them. Neat. And yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, okay. And then we got Messmer's Kindling. The kindling that burned inside Messmer the Impaler, a dark thing, eaten away by a wicked serpent, burns the sealing tree said to be found at the old Ral ruins. Messmer, much like his younger sister, bore a vision of fire. This kind of just confirms that Melina is also the daughter of America. Why else would she constantly refer to her mother and the Erdtree and all that? Alright, so I think now we can continue on. So the next area to go to, as it's telling us here, I just realized that they don't show a lot of graces, of which, like, rays of gold to tell us which way to go. It literally just is this one, like, oh, go this way. And then you go down this way, and then this way. It's like, thanks, guy. Anyway, so I figured since we have enough time to do one more thing, might as well go to this area here. But first we gotta go to Borny Village, because there's a specific emote we need to use. Okay, so we need to go north of Borny Village. Right over here. lone statue. Oh, mother. And then also, you look at here, there's one random, just random pile of skin here. It's another quick hint for Messmer being a giant snake. Have mercy for the spirited away shamans. Super. Up here other than sunflowers? I think it's just sunflowers. And red bears. Part's really pretty. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else around here. I don't think there is. I think it's literally just another vista to see. Oh, goody. Another blessing of America. Then reveal. The Shaman Village. Minor Erdtree. This would be the home to America, her and the shamans, the Newmans. Were all taken away by the Hornset to ascend to sainthood. This is also where you go down a second path, but we're not doing that right now. And this is where we collect the golden braid. Or one of the few statues that still has a head. This place looks really, really good in the dark. It's just the shine of the minor Erdtree here. '70 faith, though. Minor Erdtree, secret incantation of Queen America. Only the kindness of gold without order. Creates a small illusory Erdtree that continuously restores the HP of nearby allies. America bathed the village of her home in gold, knowing full well that there was no one to heal. And then golden braid. A braid of golden hair cut loose, Queen America's offering to the grandmother. Boosts holy damage negation by the utmost. What was her prayer? Her wish? Her confession? There is no one left to answer. America never returned home again. So this is the Great Shield talisman, but for holy damage negation. Just a quick little brief to see what was once America's home. Lost to the realm of shadow. Anyway. Moving right along. Hinterlands, we ignore all the sleeping lamprey, go about our business. Saran turtle. Give a fuzzy shell. And another falling star piece, everyone's favorite. Now. Okay, the dragonfly. Is here. Ow. How is the fly still alive? Star Beast. But it gives us the gravitational missile. Like, you could argue why the tree sentinels are here. They're left to guard America's home, so that makes sense why they would be here, but I don't know why we needed another falling star beast. This part sucks, so I'm just gonna go over here and set myself up. He's gonna watch out for the lamprey. All these fingers. Oh, that's a lot of them. Anything over here? No? Okay. Okay, keep moving. remember it being this weirdly foggy. Anyway, now here comes the not fun part. Getting sniped from across the place only to get downed. Oh my god. Okay, well, I guess that was a lot easier to do. Cerulean Seed Talisman. +1. Pretty sure that's the only thing that's left here. And I don't like dealing with these guys, so we're just gonna head on back to Messmer. Excuse me.
Hello there. I heard another sound, colored by your essence. Simply exhilarating, I must say. The stars are dark tonight. But rest assured, this is no ill omen. On the contrary, I believe that this portends a magnificent starry cascade. Now, take this. My final gift to you. May you join the glimmering stars above.
Ruin map 3rd.
Oh, yes. I believe I can feel it brewing. This evening is a sign of a greater night to come.
And then Fleeting Microcosm. That's a really good spell. Miriam's Vanishing. Sorcery of a preceptor who served the Carrion royal family. Use control, conceal oneself in a glintstone haze, reappearing after a few seconds have passed. Directional inputs determine where one will reappear. Curator of the study hall was such a master of the sorcery that it now bears her name. Fleeting Microcosm. A finger sorcery of Count Emir, High Priest, one of the secret hallowed rites. Conjures an image of a microcosm at a foe's feet that pulses with a single wave before disappearing into a burst. Charging enhances potency. The broken and discarded are fully willing to cling to fleeting simulacra, earning them some modicum of sympathy. I have no idea how I said that, or how I would pronounce it.
Do you recall what I said? That Marika and the fingers that guided her were unsound from the start. Well, the truth lies deeper still. It is their mother who is damaged and unhinged. The fingers are but unripe children, victims in their own right. We all need a mother, do we not? A new mother. A true mother who will not give birth to further malady. May you join the glimmering stars above.
I told you once, I've no interest in companionship. But I must admit, Count Ymir did seem very pleased. Perhaps an exception is in order. Ymir is a shining star. In our eyes, the only star upon the black canvas of the night. Our meeting with the Count taught us of the star-draped sky. We know that we cannot reach out to touch it, but we can peer up at its brilliance and heed its guidance. We will never again lose our way in the night. I have spoken far too freely. Pay me no mind. Let us focus on our shared purpose, our service to Count Ymir. Now, be on your way. Now.
A simple old map, faded and dirty, acquired from Count Ymir, High Priest, indicates the location of a hallowed ruin. I only wish to be of service. Another map indicates another hollow ruin apart from the one shown on the first map. May the glimmering stars guide you evermore. A simple old map, faded and dirty, acquired by Count Ymir, High Priest, indicates a third and final hallowed ruin, distinct from those shown on the first two maps. May you join the glimmering stars above. Alright, well, from the looks of that map, I have an idea of where to go.
Now.
Wait a minute. Maybe what I saw. Last ruin is down here. Oh. Whee. Oh. Look at that creepy thing. Where are we? Meter, Mother of Fingers. Holy shit. I think I'm beginning to realize how strong sorceries are. A little anticlimactic. I won't lie, I was expecting to at least die once. Hey, Emir, there was a weird thing underneath the church. Emir? Huh.
What have you done?
What?
You've wounded Count Emir most irreparably. Such that he wishes for your death. Attend to the Count's concerns. My dear star, a fine mother, you will be.
My shining star, grant me a mother's strength. Look here, at my fingers. I will be the true mother. And I will be the only mother.
Oh dear. Oh, gross.
My dear child.
Are they getting stronger? Well, that's crazy.
My dear child. Give me truly I desire to be your mother.
Here's bell bearing, eternal staff, high priest hat, robe, gloves, undergarments. If I had a nickel where I had to fight 2 finger brothers in one game, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Count Emir, the stars, the sky. I see them not.
It's okay, have a Iris of Grace.
Oh, it blinds, as if our night simply never was.
Sword Hand of Night Yolan. We're gonna go back here though, because we can go down into here now. After that though, we'll head back to the round table hole and then call it. Excuse me. Land on the tree. That's fine. Rabbit's Rise. Oh, look at that. Use Anna into usher Anna into Sword Hand of Knight's Yola's Spirit Ashes. Now we have Yolan and Anna's Spirit Ashes. Ushered Anna into Sword Knight Anna. And if we wanted to, we could just get rid of her. Well, that basically means we get two sword users, and they procced bleed like crazy. Spell Machinist's Bell Bearing. Rabbit's Cannon. where that geyser was. Oh, here it is. That's how we get up there. Okay. Alright, I think that's enough for tonight.
Don't worry, I'll see it.
Remembrance of the Mother of Fingers. The mother of all two fingers and finger creepers was in turn a magnificently gleaming daughter of the Greater Will, and the first shooting star to fall upon the lands between. Staff of the Great Beyond. Staff fashioned from the tail fingers of Meter, the mother of fingers, and a microcosm raised aloft over the crux they form. Catalyst for casting both sorceries and incantations. The mother received signs from the Greater Will from the beyond of the microcosm. Despite being broken and abandoned, she kept waiting for another message to come. No skill. The Ironman has no skill. If the Ironman is, on the other hand, has a skill, that skill will be used for it. Okay. And then Gazing Finger. The head of Meter, the Finger Mother, wielded as a weapon without modification. From within the center of the fingerprint that wrinkles the creature's foremost protrusion, a tiny wart-like eye gazes vacantly into the beyond. Unique skill, Co-Tower's Resentment. Skill performed as a violent bow using the finger's foremost protrusion. The resentment builds as that is a force to bow, making it explode with anger. Hold button down to further increase resentment. Okay. So, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to get this staff and hold on to it for future playthroughs. I think I'll use this file we have, this one specifically, to do a New Game Plus run of the game in a future Souls marathon we do, because at a certain point, we see what all there's to offer from point A to point B, and I kind of want to just show off what it's like when you have all that crazy damage to go further beyond. Plus, gives me an excuse to also mix between sorceries and incantations. So we're gonna go and take that, and then you don't get anything from that. Spell Machinist's Bell Bearing. It just gives that. And then High Priest Hat. The hat of Count Emir High Priest. The circular design at the top represents the Greater Will and its lightless abyss, imparting increased intelligence and arcane to the wearer. Though Count Emir instructed Rolana in the sorceress arts, he abandoned his allegiance to the moon. It was merely the closest of the celestial bodies, nothing more. High Priest Robe. Robe of Count Emir High Priest conceals the abundance of squirming beneath. Gold embroidery decorates the purple cloth from a jeweled ruff that sparkles like a flower wet with dew. High Priest Gloves. Gloves of Count Emir High Priest, soft and well tailored. And then High Priest. Soft and well tailored. Yolan and Anna. Ashen's remains in which spirits yet dwell. Used to summon the spirits of Yolan and Anna. Spirits of the two sword hands of night. One of them being possessed by Count Emir's doll Anna. Together Yolan sword and Anna's claws are as bottomless black and penetrate the enemy's guard. Yolan and Anna were born in a cold, dark jail, where they were raised deprived of light to be sword hands of night. Thus were they cultivated to become the most terrifying masters of their blades, though the burden of the deed left their hearts frail and pliant. Yeah, then we can, if I wanted to use that cannon to get those, we can. Yes, Aleda, hi. About to wrap up soon.
I'll smith as long as you like. Now.
I see.
You bummed you didn't come to our wedding? I'm not. Well, no, not like, don't take that in that way. It's more the fact that you went during the holidays, so it was one of those things where it's like I could not go anyway. Okay, yeah, hang on. I might have to do some quick farming to max out the level of these two.
See.
You would have gotten stuck because of the storm. There was a storm. It was just our immediate families because Evan and I didn't want anything big wedding. Go farm, boy. Farm boy. This reminded me of Fable. Okay. Anyway, so we're wrapping up pretty soon. We now have to go through the ruins of Ra, through here, which with the fire we now have of Messmer will reveal the Tower of Shadow. At the rate we're going, this will be this, and this will probably be what we do tomorrow. And then Friday, I'm going to hold off on finishing Shadow of the Erdtree for Friday, due to we are almost done with the base game, and that last boss is going to take all of my mental fortitudes to get done, so we'll just get through everything else before we end up on that. But I want to say we are done with every Remembrance boss so far. We had the Dancing Lion, Orlana, Bale, Midra, Meter just now, Gaius, Messmer, trying to think if there was anything else we missed, because there's 10, I believe. Because then tomorrow is... What am I missing? Dancing Lion, Orlana. Putrescent Knight, Bale, Midra, Meter, Messmer, Gaius. And then tomorrow we'll fight Romina, and then the final boss. Okay. Yeah, so yeah. That's the plan now. We get through Rao and Enimilois. I always forget how to pronounce that. And then Friday we do the final boss of the DLC, and then we wrap up in Farum Azula and the game. So yeah, at this point, it's looking like we're gonna have about 2 weeks left between now and Night Rain coming out. So I'll think of something to do in between now and then, but we'll see. So, with all that said, that's going to be a stream. Thank you to everybody who stopped by to watch. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.